There we go. That was
dance.
my video. Hope you guys enjoyed dancing to it. I got to see some cool chair dancing going on behind the
So
scenes.
did I. I got to see that too.
It was delightful.
It was very beat heavy, you know.
It was very beat heavy. I went through. Twitch has its own like thing of music, and I just bounced through trying to find something that felt
Neat.
quasi Star Warsy, and this song was neat, and I enjoyed it, and it was also really long. So
So
seemed like
I
a
have
win-win.
cursed knowledge about Star Wars and music.
I know where this is going, and I don't like
Okay,
it already.
good.
Oh, tell me story. Tell me story.
It was making the rounds on
apparently,
Facebook.
Star Wars cannot use jazz for some reason.
Oh yeah.
As
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so if everybody else knows where this, so they, instead of calling it jazz, Lucas decided to call it jizz. Yeah, and what was it? And of course, people who play jizz have a special name, and it was like something equally kind of like, okay, really, dude? Let's see if I can find the, where was it? It was called, oh, I can't find it now. So
It's probably something like Jizz Whalers. Is that it?
yes, that's what it was. It was Jizz Whalers.
Yeah. That's an unfortunate thing.
And like the most famous one had an again awkward name, so it was just like a whole rabbit hole of, really, George, really, this is what you okay.
Well, I mean, language is always evolving, and words now, for what words bit then, I guess. I don't know. It's awful. It's awful. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, would I take that over the holiday special? No, I'll take the holiday special over that.
Yeah, I will stick the holiday special.
Yeah.
That's cursed knowledge. So now it's in your head. So have fun with that.
I will never
Yeah,
forget
I
that.
did not know that. I did not know that.
It's true. It's true. In Star Wars Saturdays, which is a game I run for the Gauntlet, we have all agreed to call it Jazz, so that we don't.
Jazz is much better.
Jazz is way better. It's like, okay, I get it. It's not jazz, so it's something else. Yep, there you go. Okay. Anyway, let's jump into this. Okay, now I'll be honest, you guys, you're all superstars, because I did not think that in our first hour we would get all the way through character creation and ship creation. So I'm pretty impressed. Good job. It's a star for each of you. We are going to, with our remaining hour, we're gonna take a minute because once we reach the end, everybody will want to go. So while we have a captive audience, Matt J, is there anything you'd like to highlight or share with people? Anything exciting that's going on for you that you want to make sure people know about?
No, not that I can think of. I'm getting into character. I'm trying to be you right
I'm
now.
so sorry. I should have just let you get out. I should have saved it for later. Well, I do want to say that World of Dungeons is coming up tomorrow night on this channel. World of Dungeons is this cool thing with this Sean and Judd running it, just the two of them.
It's just the two of them. Yes,
it's cool because World of Dungeons is like one move, and they are building mechanics with the world as they play. That's going to be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you're having fun here and you want to see less people playing a whole radically different game in a different setting, but still the same energy and of awesomeness, World of Dungeons, 9:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Cool. Misha, you got anything you want to promote real quick before we jump into this?
Go buy a rune. I will post a link. Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Absolutely. Post a link in the Twitch chat to Orun.
Oh,
I'm glad that you've pronounced it several times, because I always heard it as like Orin.
So here's the thing. Me, Jerry, and Aloy pronounce it 3 different ways, so don't feel bad. Don't feel bad.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that 3? Okay. All right, it's fine. I don't need to know. Too much knowledge is a bad thing sometimes. Okay, we're going to lead off with me doing a screen share of a thing, because I was reading Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters comic book series, which is real cool. Reason I get to read it is because my buddy Lowell gifted me with some Marvel subscription, and I was like, "Oh, I'll go read Star Wars comics with this thing because I've got a deal." And in the comic book, it actually showed a data pad, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, I could just like crop that out." I thought that'd be cool. So, your Bounty Hunter Guild Board of Unclaimed Targets. We begin with entry, a whole bunch of numbers. The bounty is 3 alive, 3 dead, 4 alive, ×2 bonus to send a message. This is I'm gonna hot drop you guys into the middle of this hunt. It is for Packless Gorp. Packless Gorp is a Herglick. What is a Herglick? Star Wars Expanded Universe thing. I jokingly referred to my wife as referred to a Herglick to help my wife understand what it was by saying, imagine like a killer whale humanoid. And she's like, oh, like king shark? I'm like, yeah, that's close enough. They range between like 7 to 9 feet tall. They weigh a quarter ton. They're big individuals, very large. Packless, Pack is the name of their like little clan that they get together with. Like they all, because you're a Herglick, it's not like you can hang out with a bunch of Rhodians because you might like step on them. So they mostly hang out in groups.
Pods, you might call them.
A pack or a pod, exactly. He's Packless Gorp. He's a loner, friends. He is wanted by the Hutt cartel for betrayal and theft, and supposedly he strangled a Hutt named Chumba the Hutt. Now, I know, strangled a Hutt probably to death. We don't know for sure, but probably, yeah. And so the send a message ×2 bonus means, and you guys know, it just means don't take this person down quietly, and don't do it gently, I guess is a good way to say it sweet. The last known location of Packless Gorp is a place known as the Kyber Palace, a Lux casino liner currently orbiting the planet of Corellia. Bloop. And so we just jump in to zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Corellia in the core worlds. Now, we haven't determined where you guys are starting from. We're just saying that's where you're starting out at. We'll figure out all that other stuff next session, probably. Now, the one note attached for this particular quarry is that there's no guild agreement with Kyber Corp, which is the Corellian corporation that put out, basically, they didn't put out this bounty. They don't have an agreement with the guild office. They don't recognize your authority in the way that other places usually do. Meaning you can't just walk in, flash a badge, and they kowtow as if you were officials, as if you were cops, if that makes sense. Is that clear enough? Cool. All right, so let's jump on over here. We've got Roxu the agent, Azure the sensitive, and Yoon Soretti the wronged. Oh, did we determine pronouns for Yoon?
Yes, I'm going with old guy. So Yoon is he, him.
Okay.
I think 40s, easy 40s, and I think he knows why he got left behind, right? And I think it's because he's old, right?
Mm. Have you seen the movie Soldier with Kurt Russell?
Yes, I have. Yes. So yes, I have a face for Yoon. I will send it to you.
Under the mask.
Oh. Yes, under the mask.
Oh, nice.
Or I will drop it in here someplace. But you've got this all nice. I don't want to mess it up.
Okay, yeah, just drop me a link, and it will auto magically appear at some point, I'm sure.
Nice.
All right. So you guys have already arrived, like our opening sequence, a little bit of Star Wars music, but it's custom stuff because it's our own series on Disney Plus. Maybe it's on Hulu. Like we can go a little hard edge on that. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. I'm thinking this is like PG-13 is our game. So we can like, by the way, friends, there he is over here. If you're curious, I have some in our character keeper, some substitutes for the F word and substitutes for the S word. Those are American curse words. And then there's some general insults, some expletives, names of intoxicants. So if you want to call somebody a slimo, I know what you mean. You know, and if you want to drop an F-bomb, you can say farkled. You can say cark, you can say carking. I will get you all up in it. I am all about it. So the three of you, we start off cool, background music, Stringer Bell races across and comes up to this gorgeous space liner that's in geosynchronous orbit over Corellia. And I'm curious, who's the person that first steps off of the Stringer Bell after you guys land in a hangar here on this cruise liner?
It's you, because I'm not staying long.
Nice.
In fact, I'll take the smaller room too, because I'm not part of this crew. I'm not staying long, so I'll take the smaller room. Right?
Bold.
He's been here a year, and he's been saying the same thing. I'm not staying long. Right?
This is just temporary.
Yeah, it's temporary.
So sad.
Is Yoon still like living out of a duffel bag, basically? Like,
Yes,
you haven't
yeah.
even like unpacked your stuff into drawers.
Right? No.
Nice. So you are the one that's stepping to when a Rhodian in the livery of the Kyber Palace, not the captain, not a first mate, maybe a mid-level type of person is waiting for you guys when you arrive. You've already sent off. They know that you're the Stringer Bell. But I am curious, and I'm now dropping to use character names. I'm curious, Azure, did you guys communicate ahead of time that you were bounty hunters?
Not in as many words. Like, it was probably implied, but it probably wasn't ever outright said.
Got it. Cool. So this Rhodian, the Rhodians are the ones with the little proboscis mouths, like Greedo from from the New Hope, and they've got those huge, very interesting looking eyes, like multifaceted giant eyes of theirs, and they also have like longer fingers with little like suction things at the end. And I think this Rhodian, he introduces himself by saying, speaks in pretty good basic. Hello, I am Navo. You are the crew of the Stringer Bell here to take care of some trouble. Is that right?
That's correct. Would you happen to know
Nice.
where we can find said trouble?
He doesn't even look at a data pad. He just glances over the three of you and says, yes, we do have a particular trouble. In order to make sure we are speaking about the same thing, are you in search of a particular Herglick?
We are.
Fortunate. We have certain insurance premiums that are unassailable. Maybe we have some informal arrangement about the level of violence that will take place, keeping it to a minimum.
We will keep it to a minimum on your ship.
I just look at Jan.
We will use the least amount of force on your ship as possible.
I'll try not to make everything drunk.
It doesn't seem like he He doesn't think your tone connotes that you're wholly on board with this, but
I was very careful in my phrasing on your ship. Once we're off your ship, all bets are off. But while we're on your ship, we will try to be nice.
Very well. You know what? He doesn't seem like he really quite trusts your Yoon. I think you maybe need to manipulate this guy not to have some other folks follow you around to curtail some of the troubles. Azure, would you like to manipulate? He's getting our first.
I
roll on the table.
absolutely will.
Cool.
Where are we rolling?
That is a great question. I was getting ready to give you the link. So we've got a
Okay.
roll with me here.
Yes.
It's our game, and I'm gonna have to put my name in. Boom. Here, let me share that with you in our chat. All right. So, have you used Roll With Me before, Misha?
Yep.
I can't remember if you know. Awesome.
have.
So, you can just add a couple of dice like that, or you can just type up here what you want your dice to be. You can put in your modifier plus or negative. You can even name the roll if you want it. It's pretty darn cool. Now, you're rolling with Charm, and you've got a +1 on Charm. So, go ahead and roll 2d6 +1. I got a practice roll out there. It's not a very good practice roll.
Yeah, I didn't know what the button did. I was like, "Ooh,
You're looking
2d6."
you're looking for 7 or better. Uh-oh. Did you not add any dice to the roll? You have to actually click and add the dice. Well, another thing you can do is just type in 2.
Yeah, I did. I typed in 2d6 +1. So
Hit enter.
yeah.
Huh.
There
Okay.
it goes. Okay, there it goes.
There we are.
that's you.
Awesome.
No, that was
Okay.
you. Hold on, we still don't have one.
No, that's you. That's you.
It says
No,
let's
that's
roll
you.
by Azure.
Azure. That's yours. That's your
Maybe
roll.
It just isn't showing me.
Huh?
Okay, I see it. We're good.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Yeah, this will
pretty
be the last roll, and then recent rolls will scroll down here. If you're ever like, I want to check the history, you can. Now, this is the perfect roll because you've gotten a 9. Now, on manipulate someone on a 7 to 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now. Show what you mean it. If you ask too much, so you can though, and this is again another tweak to the core Monster of the Week system. I love it because it's really interesting. Stole a move, completely stolen from Legacy Life Among the Ruins. Call for aid. So, Misha, after failing to roll as well as you'd like, say what another character nearby can do to boost your efforts. If they agree, the helper says how they do it, and they roll an appropriate stat. If they get a hit, you increase your result by 1 category. So that 7 to 9 becomes a 10. However, if they fail, your result drops to a fail as well. You choose if you want to call for aid, or you can let this 7 to 9 ride.
I'm gonna let it ride because traditionally dice rollers hate me.
No, you don't have to roll the call for aid.
Yeah,
they will roll.
They hate me. Okay.
They'll know.
Just
Yeah.
They know
want
it's
to
fair.
appease the die roll gods by taking the middling result that you got. That sounds fantastic. All right. So they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now. He says, Navo, the Rhodian, thinks for a moment and he says, I assume you are not here to assassinate anyone. Therefore, you must only use stun settings on your weapons.
And
I
look at
wish
the other
to see
two.
you. If you have riot guns, you may use them. If you have blasters only set to kill, then you may not bring them onto my ship.
Azure spreads her hands wide because she doesn't have anything that does anything that would be that level of damage. So
I got a whole strap of stun grenades.
Okay. What are you doing about your blaster pistol or your sniper blaster rifle?
I think this blaster rifle is probably staying on the ship because this doesn't seem like a. I mean, unless this guy searches me, he doesn't know I have a blaster pistol.
All right. So then the blaster pistol isn't on your hip or something? Is something that's hidden?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm cool with either thing. I'm
Yeah.
totally cool with whatever answer you want to give me right now.
No, I think he probably is wearing it out. I just don't say anything about it.
Okay. And now, Yoon,
I have a riot. What is it? I have a
Riot
riot
gun?
gun.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I bring. Of course,
Okay.
I have a lightsaber, but it's the riot gun that I present, and I'm like, I'm on board. I told you, I'll keep it simple as possible. Understood.
We get paid better if he comes back alive. So
The Rodian looks at you for a moment. Rexu looks at your blaster pistol. You must be very careful with that weapon.
I'm always careful with any weapon.
Very well. The problematic customer is at the Liquid Lounge currently. He will not leave. So he will start walking down the long hallways. You guys are, and this is a cruise ship, right? To think along the lines of Royal Caribbean, but in space. Long hallways. You pass by a couple of huge ballrooms, and there's even interior like this giant pool. There's all kinds of fun stuff. There's family entertainment type stuff going on, and certain decks here. And very quickly, yeah, you guys are all walking through. We have moments of like, there's like human and other species playing together in the pool. One of them looks up and we see Yoon walk by in his armor. It's all, I mean, it's scuffed, right? Like this armor's seen some stuff. It's seen some
No. So I think he's about keeping it clean, right? As much as possible, right? Yeah,
Nice.
spick and span, right? It's all he's got of his whole life, right? Now all the insignias are off, right? But it looks like stormtrooper armor, right? Because that's what it was.
Okay, I'm into it.
So,
but is there any like even if it's like clean and polished, is there any like?
Yeah, there's probably dents, right?
Dents and I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you walk around with the helmet and everything?
Yes.
So helmet is on, right?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think his helmet's off, but I think as soon as we get in here to do this thing, right?
It's like tucked under your arm.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Cool.
So,
very cool.
So this guy's just in the bar drinking.
Yeah. So the three of you follow this Rodian. He eventually waves. Just so we have it, I will show you a quick pic of just the general layout. Hopefully you guys can see this okay.
Oh,
he
nice.
said it was at the Liquid Lounge.
Okay.
Right?
Don't we have a Liquid Lounge here in Kansas City?
I mean, it's a great bar name. I don't know.
I thought it was pretty cool too. But you guys approach here off of this kind of fake wood but wooden thing, and there are a couple steps down in, and you could pick out the Herglick right away. The stage, Figuring Dan and the Modal Nodes are like, they're not here. This is a cover band of Figured Dan and the Modal Nodes. Right? They're playing like a half measure off version of the Cantina song. It's this really cool jazz song that we're vibing to as you guys walk in.
But as remix.
It's a jazz remix. But as you walk in, there is all these little seats. These are these awesome, like wraparound, very cushy, nice booth type seats. No one's in them because underneath, sitting on top of like 4 crushed seats, is still taller than most of you. Sitting on his butt on the floor is a Herglick who is his shoulders are so broad that people, and his head's so tall, people can't really see the stage very well from this side of. He just came and sat in the front, even though he could see over people. He came and sat on a couple chairs, crushed them, and just decided this is cool. He's got some food laid out. He's made a mess. He spilled several bottles of wine. He's a messy eater. And he is enjoying the show. And there are not many people in the Liquid Lounge as you guys approach. So I'm curious, Rexu.
Yep.
What's your approach as you guys start coming into this? What are you thinking?
Honestly, my first thought is we've got a target that's already in a bar, possibly slightly inebriated at this point. I'm thinking we just push him over the edge until he passes out or something. That's like my
Then
thought
we gotta
process.
carry.
Oh, someone's
but-
already thought of that. Nice.
I don't imagine he's gonna walk out of here very easily.
Are you sure?
I mean, you're welcome to try.
Okay. So, who's going to make the first approach as you guys move in? Nova, or Navo, the Rhodian, he hangs back. Like, he doesn't want to be involved in this, but he is keeping an eye on things. And he's got a few people that they're moving over to escort some people out, offering them special meal tickets to get them the heck out of here.
Well, I guess my first thought is to sort of like just evaluate the space. I mean, we know physically like he's taking up a lot of space and people don't want to be around him, but like
it sounds like you might want to, I don't know, get a look at things. Maybe you want to read a bad situation here.
That probably sounds about right.
All right. When you get the sinking feeling something's not right here, you evaluate an imminent threat. Roll plus sharp.
And I get to roll plus cool because I'm a tactical genius.
You have your cool death swap.
So
And your cool is a 2. So roll 2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2. I'll just roll 2d6 and add 2. How about that? Oh, no.
Oh, my. Now,
that's a 4.
Do you want to call for aid?
I believe I do. Because I don't have anything to lose. The roll can't get any worse.
This is true.
So let's see. Let me go look at how.
So you say what? You say what you
what
think
I can do.
Yeah, what somebody else could do to help you out.
I'm thinking because I guess so reading a bad situation, I guess in the fiction, like I'm sort of just kind of getting the lay of the land visually.
Yeah, sure.
I guess my first thought is to have somebody. Let me. Oh, what have I done here? Oh, okay. Something's okay. Kind of like fan out and.
Okay. Who do you want to help you?
Let's see. Probably Yun.
Okay.
Because they've got a little more like in my head they have more battle experience. So checking out the terrain, as it were.
Okay. So Yun, how are you engaging to fan out?
I think I'm trying to walk into his vision. So not flanking, right? So maybe I can be a little bit of a distraction. I'm also walking a clear path, right? So I know from where we started to where I'm going, it's been clear, kind of like scouting sort of or whatever.
Okay.
But I'm also entering his field of vision so he can see me.
I like that.
And now, you
maybe
feel like
not look at anybody else.
Billy Badass here and rolling.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like, okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
With your help, you're going
puts the helmet on.
Yep. I put my helmet on. I start loading my combat shotgun, my riot gun. I'm sorry.
All good. All right. So roll 2d6 plus 2. And if you are successful, you're going to push that fail to a mixed success.
2d6 plus 2 is 2d6. I didn't add anything.
That's okay. That means it's a 10.
Nice.
Yeah,
right.
You did.
Because I don't. Okay, there it is. There it is. I see it.
Cool. So a 7 plus, you increase your result by 1 category, which pushes you up to a 7 to 9. Now on read a bad situation, you hold one. So you got a question you can ask here from this list.
Yeah. Yeah, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Obviously, the big dude's the obvious danger, but
Oh, that's so obvious. It's so very obvious. But you're clever, Rexu. You've
I am very clear.
done this kind of thing before. And by calling on the aid of Yun, that flushed out that this guy has a spotter. There is a little Ratataki who she's just sitting off in the back on the right-hand side, out of the way, actually enjoying the show. But then she sees Yun and she just kind of taps, and she's Ratataki. They're these gray skin with like black tribal tats, species very look like humans, but completely hairless. Come from a very battle-oriented society. And she kind of taps at her ear and says something real low, and that, along with you and just your presence, is what draws the Herglick Packless Gorp. Turns, and let me warn you all, friends, I have a voice modulator. It makes me very excited to use it. I may have created a Herglick bounty specifically so I could do this.
You're adorable.
Hey. You some dumb stormtrooper?
I snap my hood, my helmet on, and I cock my head a little bit like this, right? As I look him over, and I'm trying to figure out what's a good spot to hit this guy with. And I say to him, I have a message for you.
Yeah? What's your message? Make it quick. Enjoying the show.
And then I'll let him have the riot gun.
He starts to stand up and up and up.
No!
He makes two of you. Yeah. So he sees your little riot gun and he starts to laugh. What do you do?
I'll open up on him with the riot gun right there. Boom.
Nice.
Let him have it.
Let's cut to Azure as you are about to roll to kick some ass, which is the name of the move, which you'll be rolling plus tough and you're real good at. But Azure, the boys have been doing their thing. What's Azure been up to right now?
I think
By the way, do you imagine that you like pointed out the Ratataki? I'm totally cool if you all know that there's a Ratataki spotter or something.
I can imagine that if I notice it, like I don't know how Star Wars does comms necessarily, or maybe we have some hand signals since we've worked together before.
Let's do the Avengers point at the ear. No,
Yeah.
I'm good with you.
I can imagine making a little hand sign, like, you know, there's somebody else over there to keep an eye on.
Cool.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're aware that Azure, but you can do whatever you want. What do you want to do?
I think she like reaches over the bar and picks up a bottle as somebody's like as she's walking by towards the Ratataki.
Good stuff or cheap stuff? I'm curious. Or does
She's
Azure
just
even know?
she's just grabbing a bottle at this point. She's not like really looking. She just wants a bottle of booze in her hand for this.
Nice.
She walks over to the Ratataki, sits down next to her, pours some into her cup, pours some into Azure's cup. What's a nice girl like you doing with a doofus like that?
That's awesome. She does not look super happy that she was made. Just so we all have a picture,
Nice.
we'll just say that she looks like this Ratataki right here. So she's got cool big hoop earrings. I don't think she's wearing these crazy robes though. Probably like the under robes or something like that. Awesome. Yeah. So you sit down, bottle of wine, doing with yeah, that's amazing. I love that. Let's cut back to Yoon as you unload. I think you were going to kick some ass. So let's have you roll plus tough.
Roll plus tough.
Go, 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 go.
Come on, give it to me. Boom, hit me. And then I just do this.
Oh my,
Damn.
that looks good. That is a 13.
I like
Oh,
this game.
that is awesome. Okay, so on a 13 with kick some ass, you get into a fight, kick some ass, roll plus tough. On a 7+, you swap harm. On a 10+, you swap harm, and you get to choose an extra effect. Now, you're swapping harm, which means he's going to do a thing as well. You're going to be shooting him with a riot gun, which does stun damage. What extra effect would you like here? Blow that up a little bit so folks can read it more easily.
You force them where you want them.
Okay. That sounds good. And where do you want him?
I want him to sit back down, sit back down, sit back down.
Hell back down. Sweet. All right. Then you are going to be forcing him where you want him. He gets knocked back down. But before he does so, and he is getting hit, like right with we have the stun bolts, right? The concentric circles flare out and a beautiful blue. Not quite Azure's skin tone blue, but a beautiful azure of its own.
Yeah.
And that hits him, and he'll start. But then he reaches back with one of his massive hands. He grabs an entire table and just flings it at you. Crashes against you. It's going to be 2 harm, like table plus Herglick force. So that's 2 harm coming your way. You have 1 armor because you already said you're wearing your armor. So you're just going to take 1 harm out of that. Psh, no big deal. Who even cares, right? Barely even notice it. Now, harm in this game, as we jump down real quick, I'm just very briefly going to say that 0 to 3 harm wounds are only minor short-term effects. I have moves that I can do, except for you, but I can do things to make your life a little worse. The good news, though, is that these are short term. So after a fight, they pretty much go away. They're kind of cosmetic, right? In a lot of our action movie stylings. So you hit him. He falls down. Boom! He hits the ground, and he's blinking for a little bit. And the nodal modes, which is the modal nodes cover band, they start playing like a little faster, and they're starting to try to move off the stage just a little bit.
Nice.
But Raksu, what do? You just saw Yoon hit the big boy, and he hit the ground. What are you doing?
Well, I'm thinking about that extra money payout for making making a message, or to send a message. And I'm thinking a good way to send a message is, this is what you get for helping this guy out. So what I'm imagining happening is I can imagine, because we've worked together a bit, that there's probably like a word I can yell to give Azure a heads up, because I'm popping a stun grenade that way.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want her to like get caught in it, but like, from some old job we did, or maybe this isn't the first time I've done this. It's not as boring as just like duck. Like there's probably some, 1-word reference to some other bounty we've been on before.
Okay.
And I just lob a grenade over in the direction of that Ratataki.
Sweet.
Because this is what you get for helping out Backless Gorp.
So you yell Naboo, and I
there
duck.
you go. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Oh man, that's great, because there might be a hunt on Naboo down the road. So you guys can revisit Naboo. I'd like to cut back to the Ratataki responding to Azure's comment or a question about
yes.
Nice girl like you do it with like that. She says, "Old war buddy, you know how it is." And then she pulls out this Verpine pistol. It's a disruptor pistol. It's called a shatter gun.
Oh, that sounds great.
Oh,
Yeah, and she's about to shoot you as Raxu, you throw this stun grenade.
Yeah.
So you're kicking some ass, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
And also, since from the read a bad situation, I
Mhm.
feel like this is definitely acting on that answer.
Yeah,
so I
absolutely. So
get
take a +1. Thank you for pointing that out. I should have mentioned it myself.
Okay. So I can just type 2d6 + 1. Is that right?
Yes, you should be able to do 2d6 +1.
Hey, there we go.
Ah.
I'll take it.
All right. Ugh, 12. Beautiful. Now, the great news about this is that you get an extra question. You get an extra effect. Now, these things on 12 plus, that's
Yeah.
actually something you have to
For
buy
the
with
advanced
advances.
moves, right.
So you
Right.
have 10 plus, you choose an extra effect. You can gain the advantage, take a +1 forward to give one to another bounty hunter.
Yep.
You can inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, force them where you want them.
Okay. I mean, because really, I'm just going for the stun effect. So, so I guess mechanically, how does stun work? Like, is she kind of just passed out then, or?
That is a great question. So for a normal humanoid, SR means stun, disables the target without causing any regular harm. Use it on a PC, and them doing anything at all means acting under pressure.
Okay, so this should disable her basically.
Yes.
Okay, so like doing harm in any way doesn't really make sense.
I mean, we could work it up that she falls and hits her head if you want to do terrible harm. That's
Yeah.
totally fine.
No, I don't think I'm that bloodthirsty, and I don't think forcing her where I want her really like whatever. She can just,
Well, I'll tell you what, if you force her where you want her because you got a 10 plus,
yeah.
it will knock her aim off.
Oh,
And Azure doesn't get hit with that shatter gun.
perfect. Because yeah, I like the idea that she's so focused on. She thinks she's about to take this pot shot on Azure. She just doesn't see. There's like this cinematic slow mo. It's this little. I assume they're not, like in my head. They're not even very big, right? They're like puck sized or something.
Yeah.
And just like lands like right behind her. Yeah,
Right. Who yells out. And Azure, you this thing shoots past your head. It's like this little ball of invisible force that you feel. It actually singes a little bit of the hair on the side of your face as it passes by. She gets hit with the stun blast, knocks back, falls on the ground, but she was hit mid blast while she was trying to fire. Basically, Raxu knocked her aim off. When you glance off to the side, you sat down. She was near a wall, right? Because she wanted to have at least that protection. See the wall? It's like some invisible force is just eating the wall for a little bit. And it spreads out for about 4 feet wide, but 4 feet tall. Just this huge hole that whatever that scatter gun did. Yeah. That's
I'm going to take that, just tuck it away so that... Yeah. She's like very carefully with like 2 fingers gingerly removing it from her grasp.
I can imagine like there's like a beat where like Azure and Raxu sort of like meet eyes and just kind of give a just a little nod. Like
we cut back to Yoon, and Packless Gorp is seated on several more broken chairs, and he looks dazed, but he hasn't fallen yet.
Okay, Trooper. That all you got? Come here. I'm gonna eat you.
He doesn't get up. Like he moves like his arm gives out a little, like he's trying to push him. His arm's not quite pushed. What do you do?
I want to knock him out.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want him to
That
be
sounds
out.
cool.
I want to knock him out.
Yeah. You want to like roll up and just wail on him or something?
So, yes, because it's not I've done this before. So I'm already berserk. That's why I'm not taking the harm effects yet.
And you've got +1 ongoing until the fight's over.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what I want to do. I want to, yeah. So I do, and I say, well, come on, then, open up, and I jump on him.
Oh, that is BA. That is going to get you some rep if you survive.
You survive.
Kick some.
All Raxu's got to do is patch me up real quick.
Yeah, it's
right.
fine. So you're going to roll plus tough plus one more because of your awesome fighteriness.
All right, nice. Boom.
Oh,
I just
seven.
sneaked over. Yeah,
yeah, 7. That's fine. You could call for 8 if you really want it. You want to call for 8? Huh?
No, I'm good right now. I'm good.
Oh,
I can take it.
man.
I'm good.
You can take it. I know you. That's
I
awesome.
can
So
take it.
you guys are going to swap harm on a 7 to 9, whatever you're fighting, inflict harm on each other. Amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. So you smack him in the head, and like you hear something crack. You're strong, and he is not able to really move very much out of the way. Then he backhands you.
Nice.
And it is 3 harm coming your way from getting hit full force from a Hurglik. So it's one of those that sends you up on stage, right? And you only take 2 of that harm. So now you're to 3 harm. You're like pushing into where you could actually break some bones up in here.
Right.
He grabs the edge of the stage and he starts trying to pull himself up. You can tell he's like punch drunk. Maybe he was already drunk. Azure, Raxu, you guys want to let Yun just handle this on his own, or get in the way?
I think you hear the crack of a whip, and then like the tail of it wraps around the Hurglik's arm, and a yank.
Nice. Let's have you go ahead and roll to kick some ass. Electro Whip does 2 harm, stun, so that is pretty delightful.
Told you it hates me.
Oh, your tough is a -1, so that hurt. You want to call for some help?
Yes.
Now,
yes,
as a reminder, if you let a 6 stand,
you get
an XP.
XP
for six or less rolls. When you get help, that means it pushes it out of a fail.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, sure. I'll take the miss. This is
Okay. Sweet. So you snap this electric whip out. It hits him, and he starts to fall. But when he falls, he like shoves. The stage gives way. It was not as sturdy as one would hope. It wasn't built to spec. Who knows? Wasn't built to code. The stage he starts falling through that level, and your whip is caught up in his blubber. And you're like lighting him up, but getting yanked along. You can let the electric whip go, or you're gonna.
Yeah, she probably gets dragged for like a couple of a little bit, and then like, yeah, it's like, okay, this is tough. Let's let it go.
Nice. Now, Raxu, when you guys look down and see where it is that the unconscious form of Packless Gorp has fallen, what is it? Is it like the pool that you guys, like another like deck of pool? Is it some ballroom?
Oh, it's like below?
Yeah. Where did he fall onto?
Okay, so this was because we're like on basically a space.
Yeah, you're on a
ship,
space cruise ship,
and we're just in the bar.
Maybe it's the buffet.
Oh, my first thought was like some sort of like athletic court, so like some sort of
like a smash ball court kind of thing.
Yeah, just
right in the middle of a pickup game or something.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's like a game happening, and
then that's like, awesome.
Like 1 ton thing, or however.
Nice.
Just
Sweet. So our closing shot for the hunt here is Yun, you looking down from where Azure had knocked this guy completely down. Gorp, you taking him almost all the way down. Azure finishes him off. He falls through the stage, taking her electric whip. So he's just still kind of lighting up from the whip that's caught in his blubber. And there are a bunch of Smash Ball participants who all stop playing to stare at this. It is definitely some kind of message has been sent because, yeah, fortunately, Nevo, the Rhodian's attempt to try to keep this all contained is kind of failed.
I'm just gonna go up to him and be like, "Can we get some hover carts?"
Yes. I was going to ask. Nice. Yes.
Nice. And looking at time, I think maybe that'll be our. You think close here? Like that's our tag, and credits start to roll.
Yes. No, I like it. I like it.
Cool. Now,
Do we want to do the end
mechanically-
of session moves? Or?
Yeah,
Ooh,
we
end of
will.
session.
Is there end of session? I thought we may have removed those. Let me double check.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, that has been removed. Though what
Okay.
what happens in the session instead is you get paid.
Yeah.
So we'll just roll to that. So that was the end of the hunt. You
Mhm.
guys all I said you sent a message. So Packless Gorp is a times 2 bonus. You got him alive, which means you got 8 cred to split between the 3 of you. Now,
Nice.
one thing to keep you aware of, similar to paying upkeep in Scum and Villainy, this also has upkeep. So it's 1 times per PC payable during our downtime. We're not going to do a full downtime, but just something I'm putting in your head. If you miss upkeep, then it means I get to make hard moves against your ship, which is fine. You get the money. You get to keep the money, guys. So
Right.
you all get to split up 8 cred, however you wish. And there's 3 of you. So
It's always
Not
why
sure.
is it always got to be an uneven number?
That's right. Why do you got to
Can
do
we
that, Rich?
Put 2 cred towards upgrades.
you can spend creds on upgrades, absolutely.
I like that idea. Like maybe if we have like a note section, like we can say, here's 2 creds we're banking just for future ship purposes, and then everybody else gets 2 as well, basically.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah, I was kind of thinking along the same lines, and then we can.
Nice.
Cool. Got a note in there right there.
Awesome. So then I can just change this to 2.
But if you want to figure out what you can spend cred on, luckily you guys didn't take enough harm to where you need to pay to get healed. But you can spend your cred to seek medical treatment, work towards a drive, train, so you can just burn cred and mark
Mhm.
XP, or you can purchase weapons, armor, pieces of gear.
Oh, nice.
So that's there's no end to session. It's just getting paid, and you can roll all that through. So with that, we are going to pick up next week with you guys arriving at the current home base, which is called Parasites Rock. Or
Yes.
Parasites Rock. We'll have you guys arriving on home base and get to know a little bit about your ship and the place where you normally work, and then you'll go off on another hunt.
Sounds like a plan.
Sweet. I'm going to stop screen sharing.
I like it.
All right,
Awesome.
Mache, I'm gonna hand back to you for us to bring things to a close, man. Thank you for all the fun. This is me saying I'm not sure how to end it right, so
Oh,
Make it
we'll just
go.
do some outros. You know this
Okay.
part. So let's start with
Kind
Misha B.
Hi, Misha B. You can find me on Twitter as BG Gameworks or at my website, blackgirlgameworks.com. It's been fun. I always have fun, like playing out of my comfort zone and fighting things because I don't fight much. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Nice. No, that was an awesome question. When what are you doing with this doofus? So I love it. That was fantastic.
that was good.
Jeremiah Fry.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at pseudo idiot or Jeremiah Fry at pretty much any social media. Like I said before, I don't have anything to promote. So buy Misha's game. That's where you should put your money.
You
Absolutely.
should buy 3 copies so you can pronounce it all different
All
ways.
3 ways.
Yeah, that's the 3.
Nice. I'm MadJ0. You can find me on Twitter at MadJ0. And I don't know. I'm enjoying this game too much right now, so I don't know that I have anything else. And the last word is yours, Rich. Take us home.
Thanks everybody on the Twitch channel. I had really too much fun paying attention to the stuff you were throwing out in the chat. That was great. It was fun running a live game in front of some folks. Misha, Jeremiah, Bad J, I can't wait to continue to delve in, learn a bit more about your hunters. This has been super duper fun. Thank you all for playing, and thanks everybody for watching.